Lawwin Media Network,
bringing to you the most relevant content across all platforms.
business, legal, politics, health, lifestyle, and entertainment.
Your source for all the news and updates in the greater Houston community from Texas and all over the world.
Get informed and empowered with Lawwin Media Network.
Good evening, Texas, and good morning, Philippines. And hello to everyone tuning in from around the globe. I'm your host, Gene Carangal, the Region Chair of the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce, Greater San Antonio, also known as PACC GSA. Welcome to PACCTX Connect, our monthly live stream and podcast. This platform is where 5 regional chambers of PACC Texas come together to share best practices, tackle issues impacting our business communities, advocate for our members, and of course, keep you updated on our programs and events. Don't forget to mark your calendars. PACCTX Connect airs every first Wednesday of the month at a new time slot, 8:30 p.m. Central, which is Thursday at 9:30 a.m. in the Philippines. We're broadcasting live from Lawwin Media Network, so make sure to follow and subscribe to our Facebook page and YouTube channel for live and recorded episodes. And if podcasts are more your thing, you can catch us at over 15 platforms, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Podcasts, and iHeartRadio. So tonight, we're diving into a topic that resonates deeply within all of us: building bridges, unlocking the power of community networking. So this episode is all about exploring how meaningful connections to incredible opportunities, professional partnerships, and peer support to community growth and collaboration. So whether you're a business owner, a community leader, or someone looking to grow your network with purpose, tonight's episode is packed with insights you won't want to miss. Now, before we kick things off with our incredible panel of leaders, here's a quick reminder to our viewers. Jump into the comments. We'll be reading your shout outs and questions live throughout the show, so make your voice heard. Ready to connect? So let's get started. All right, so before we jump into tonight's big conversation, let's warm up with a little fun icebreaker. It's one of my favorite parts of the show because it's always great to learn, something unexpected about the people behind this. So tonight's icebreaker is: if you had an all-expense paid day off tomorrow, anywhere in the world, doing anything you want, where would you go and what would you do? So let's live a little through your answers. So dream big, get specific, and transport us there. So you each have 1 minute to share. So let's kick it off with RGV, Flora Cheatham from RGV.
Hi, everyone. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to wherever you are. So thank you all for being here. And thank you also, PACC RGV, for allowing me to be the representative tonight. So in the question, my answer is I love being in the beach and just do nothing but just lie down and enjoy the breeze. So it would be one of the best ones we've been so far is Los Cabos. So I wouldn't mind going back there and enjoy the sashimi, the unlimited sashimi. So it was very, very yummy. But because it's only one day, so we have a local one here that we can go for a day and maximize the time. But it would be the Los Cabos or either Palawan. So thank you.
That is awesome. I've never been to El Nido. I always wanted to go, and that all you can eat sushi sounds awesome. Thank you, Flor.
You're welcome.
All right. So next we have from Greater San Antonio, we have Jane Ng. So Jane, we want to hear about your dream day plans.
Okay. I don't know why, but after my brother's recent accident, where he somehow walked away with just a few bruises and scratches, despite his car literally exploding like Fast and Furious, and he walked away from it like Vin Diesel. I felt an undeniable need to be there with him. So joking aside, it was one of those moments that reminded me how unpredictable life is and how important it is to cherish time with the people we love. So I dropped everything actually and rushed to New Zealand and spent a week with him and his family. So when I hear this question, no hesitation, totally no brainer. If I had an all expense paid day off tomorrow, I'd be right back in New Zealand to spend time with him and his family. And to maximize that 24 hours, it would be great if I could step into the TARDIS like Doctor Who, even better. And for people who don't know what Doctor Who is or what the TARDIS is, it's a blue police box that the doctor used to travel through time and space. So I can take advantage of that technology and spend a lot longer than 24 hours.
That is awesome. There's nothing better than spending time with family. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you, Jane. All right, so next let's hear from PCC Austin, Macy Jacobs.
Hi, everyone. Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
Mine is plain and simple. They would be definitely the Philippines, Palawan or Boracay. Philippines because, so I can just be like, like Miss Jane said, be around the family since they're all far away. So definitely with the family anywhere in the Philippines.
That is awesome. Boracay is so beautiful. And I remember that when we were there, it was just paradise. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing, Macy.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. So now let's hear from Greater Houston region, Cora Flores.
Hello, good evening. Magandang umaga, Pilipinas. If I will be given a chance to enjoy for free, catch is free, I would like to go to Rome, Venice, and Paris, particularly in Rome. I wanted to see and visit the Vatican. When I turned 60 2 months ago, I really did a lot of reflection in my life, and in my bucket list, I really wanted to see the Vatican. I wanted to go to the church and see for myself the beauty and the architectural design of this magnificent church. If we will be blessed, if Cardinal Tagle will be named as the next Pope, I would really, really love to come and see him and kiss his hand and his ring and be a proud Filipino because he's going to be the first Asian Pope. Thank you. And I hope and pray so that when I get there, I'm gonna get a selfie for the next Pope. Thank you.
Thank you. P, the next Pope, we're all coming with you.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Cora. All right. Thank you, everyone, for sharing. Now to our amazing viewers, please drop your comments, questions, and shout outs into the chat. We'll be reading them live after the break. But first, take a quick breather. We'll be right back.
Tune into Legal Treats with attorney Eileen Ligote Dizon
every Friday 6:30 p.m. Central Time.
Get your weekly dose of legal knowledge, especially on family matters like divorce.
Engage in discussion by
See you this Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. That would be Saturday at 7:30 a.m. Philippines. Don't miss out.
A world filled with fleeting moments. there's beauty waiting to be captured. My name is Christian, and I specialize in immortalizing your most precious memories. From elegant weddings to vibrant events and timeless portraits, I am here to make every moment unforgettable. Let me tell your story through the lens. Contact me today and let's create magic together.
All right, and we're back, and I'm so sorry we forgot one person. I'm so sorry. Let's ask for the icebreaker question. We have Gal Humawas from DFW. So Gal, what would you do if you had all expenses paid day off tomorrow, anywhere in the world?
All right, Jane, give me the airfare tickets. I want to beat Cora. I'm flying to Rome today, and I would like to visit the tomb of, first of all, Pope John Paul II, who is now the saint, whom I served as a deacon when he visited the Philippines, and he said mass in Cebu, Philippines, and I was his deacon to read the readings in Latin. And second, uh, I was supposed to be mandated to go to Rome for a 5-year study, but I missed that. Dallas took away my opportunity. And last but not the least, the third one, I would like to go to Rome today and watch the conclave and wait together with the audience, the crowd, watching for the white smoke to come out and know that there is a new pope elected to lead our church. And that is what I would like to do. Unfortunately, I am retired, I am unemployed, and I don't have that all day pass day off. So once again, I will just say, Arrivederci Roma.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Gal. I'm so sorry I forgot about you. But so we are now back to PACCTX Connect, episode 4. So before we dive into our next segment, let's take a moment to hear from you. We've seen some fantastic shout outs and questions coming in. So let's keep those comments coming. All right, so from Jessica Avelino, it says all great answers. Enjoying getting to know you all. Thank you, Jessica. Any more comments? Okay, so now let's get into the heart of tonight's discussion: building bridges, unlocking the power of community networking. So networking is more than just showing up. It's about showing up with purpose, whether you're building your first connection or nurturing long-term relationships. Meaningful networking helps communities and businesses thrive. So here's the question: what's one habit, practice, or mindset that's helped you turn a simple connection into a meaningful long-term relationship in your business or community? Maybe it's consistency, maybe it's being of service, maybe it's simply following up when others don't. Whatever it is, we want to hear it. We want to hear what's worked for you. So let's go around and share. So let's go to Jane from GSA. So what's helped you build strong connections?
For me, meaningful connections don't just happen, right? They're built through genuine engagement and intentional follow-up. It's about saying yes to opportunities. It's about showing up, listening, and making the effort to stay involved, caring, and doing something about it. An example would be at my previous workplace, I noticed that there wasn't a dedicated space for Filipino American networking. So instead of just wishing for one, I took action. I started a Slack channel for Filipinos, Filipino Americans, and it's open to anyone curious about the Filipino culture and history. That small step led me to incredible people and organizations like the PACC. But the real relationships came from staying engaged, having conversations, learning about others, and continuing to show up in meaningful ways. Now, here at PACC, I try to be intentional about strengthening these connections, whether it's following up on an event, supporting someone's initiative, or stepping out of my comfort zone, like doing this podcast. I remind myself that these small efforts can make a difference because when you truly invest in people, those simple interactions can grow into something deeper and long lasting. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Dave. And I know of that Slack channel. I'm a member of that community. Thank you so much for starting that and then keeping everybody engaged. Thank you. Now let's go to Gal from DFW. How do you turn a handshake into a long-term ally?
Believe that we belong to the global family where there is no restriction on the ethnic or racial origin nor geographic boundaries. And this came to be a reality when I arrived in Dallas. Dallas is very rich, diverse culture. And when I started there, I joined the Greater Dallas Asian American Chamber of Commerce, and we have over 20 nationalities, 20 countries under us, and this is a diverse culture. I don't have to build a bridge; I just have to cross them, and reaching out to the different groups, the Koreans, the Indian, the Pakistani, Vietnamese, and the Asian countries, so that we can get together, help one another, and grow our business. And then we reach out and cross that bridge one more time by joining the Tri-Ethnic Chamber of Commerce with the Black and Hispanic Chamber and the GLBT. And we didn't stop there. After all, we got all the opportunities to grow our business. We joined the Texas, we formed the Texas Federation of Asian American Chamber of Commerce. We have chapters in Austin, Houston, Dallas, and San Antonio. And with that, we also coalesce with the Texas African American Chambers of Commerce and the Hispanic Chambers of Commerce here in Texas, and crossing more bridges because we are not isolated. We went to join the National Chamber of Commerce in Washington, D.C., the National ACE. And finally, we get together and get some national visibility and participation in federal government contracting, wherein most of our businesses are exposed to and get some opportunities to get some projects or contracts from the federal government. During this time, and I made a habit of presenting myself in a professional way to others, practically wearing my business attire, suit and tie, and always, importantly, going around and reaching out, shaking hands with people, our corporate partners, and our members. But as the saying goes, importantly, you are never fully dressed without a smile. My smile brings down defenses, opens up relationships, and widens our network. Finally, we went global. We opened up our partnerships by signing MOUs with in China, in Hong Kong, and in Korea. And that's how we connect ourselves and cross those bridges and build a wider community outside ourselves. Thank you, Gene.
Oh my God, that's so wonderful. I think far too often we, as Filipinos, we kind of just stick to our own, but you're encouraging people to go out there and reach out to other groups. That is great advice. Thank you so much, Gal. So now let's hear from GHR. Floor, can you give us some insight on like what practice keeps your network growing and engaged?
There are so many things that we could identify in engaging and communicating and networking with other groups or personal intentions. Now, it always boils down into the question of why. Why do you want to build relationship with other group? Why do you want to get networking, get into networking? It is always our why. Now, each one of us, since we belong to this organization, there are different factors in we could venture in to improve ourselves, to widen our perspective. May it be professional growth. It could be we wanted to have a social impact, or we want to share our skills with others, and furthermore, develop business opportunities. So, with building relationship and engaging with networking, there's a lot of incentives that will be, that will bring to us, may it be personal or organizational itself. However, the most important factor that we need to do is our intention of, building this network. Do we want to improve ourselves? Do we want to, widen our perspective as a business person or as a professional? Now, all of this could be intertwined, and it will all boils down in our intention of networking. So, with what has been mentioned earlier, as a Filipino, we are so social, even if we are not a business person or we are just an ordinary people. By nature, we are friendly and we build relationship with other people. And why do we do that? Of course, it depends on our intention. And as I said earlier, as we belong to the chamber, we wanted to improve our sales, our business, and open opportunities for others too. That said, the importance of being authentic in building relationship and networking is a vital factor wherein we could improve ourselves as well as our organization. Now, uh, to be able to grow as an organization, that networking should always be followed up. It should always be uh, there, and we need to use this as our instrument in order to widen our perspective as a business person or just an ordinary professional. So it is really, really vital to get into networking so that we develop ourselves, we develop our community, and we develop our own business, mind and relationship with others.
Cool. Thank you so much, Cora. And thank you for highlighting the need to follow up after networking. That's one of the hardest things to do. I think that's an area of opportunity for us. So thank you for sharing that. So next, let's hear from Austin Macy. So what's your approach to meaningful web networking?
I'd like to break down mine in my pattern, what I have been doing the last few years in my industry. I believe my success comes in networking, whether it's attending an event or whether doing a business visit, comes from clear intention, pre-planning, and being consistent effort. I always ask myself, why am I doing this? What am I trying to get out of this? And then I usually focus on two specific industries. I want to learn their language. I want to know their pain points. I want to know their business goals. So that way, when I do speak with those professional or with the business owners, I'm not only the one of those other contact, but I'm the one who gets it. I know what type of business. I know what they need for their business. So I'm someone who gets it. I'm someone who understands what they need, the current or the future needs. And I also believe that planting seeds early and consistently nurturing them. As we all know, relationships takes time to grow, just like a plant needs water and care. So trust and connection need to follow up, and authenticity. So my goal with networking or building a relationship is building a solid, long-lasting relationship. I want to be the person, like I'm in a financial industry, so I want to be the first person that they think of when a financial arises. Like, you know what I mean? If they need a commercial loan or if they need anything with business, I want to be that person. So that would be my success that I've had the last few years.
That is so awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. I like the fact that you said to focus on specific industries and that your goal is building long-term relationships. I mean, there's far too many networking events. We plan on collecting as many business cards as we can, but your focus on just having a laser focus on specific industries, that's a fantastic strategy.
Thank
So
you.
thank you, Maxie. And now let's hear from RGV from Floor. So how do you turn connections into community?
Thank you, everyone. So, like what Miss Jane said earlier, that connection is not done overnight. So, in those connections or events, the first thing that I usually do is see if or start building the trust, and during the initial process start to evaluate if this is a type of person that could be added to your organization and worth having in your organization for a long time. And in the beginning, you'll know already, like who that person is, and then if it is worth keeping, if it's a gem, then you wanna spend, somebody's smiling, so you want to spend more time with that person and build the trust and help that person develop and also become successful, because their success is also your success. And then I have, I mean, we had a training prior that about the trusted. It's a book. It's a book. It's called Trusted Leader by David Horsager. And there's 8 pillars of trust. So trust, I think, in every organization, in any industry, it's very important to have trust, even in the personal relationships. It's the foundation of everything. So there are 8 pillars that are really, really important. I know we can't have it in 2 minutes, but first is clarity, compassion, character, competency, commitment, connection, contribution, and consistency. I like the consistency part because sometimes I'm very, very short on that. I know, like, when we get so busy or preoccupied with a lot of stuff, we tend to become consistent, but we just have to always remember that the Olympians, they are training every time, even after the games, because being consistent will give you the best results.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you, Flora. And I'm going to have to get that book, 8 Pillars of Trust. Thank you so much for sharing. Wow, those were really powerful examples of connection and collaboration in action. From regional partnerships to grassroots efforts to bring people together, it's clear that building bridges isn't just a theme. It's a way of life across PACCTX. So let's take another quick break, but don't go far. We'll be diving into your comments and shoutouts next, and you won't want to miss it.
Join us for a captivating new series where Lon sits down with the trailblazers of the music and entertainment world. Discover the stories behind the faces and voices that shape our culture and community.
We will bring you exclusive interviews with industry legends and rising stars. Behind the scenes insights and get a peek into the creative processes and personal journeys. Artists and performers and their upcoming shows and events.
Stay tuned for more updates and sneak peeks. Follow us on social media and subscribe to our channel.
All right, we are back. So I did have a request. We had an ad from Cora. Cora, you wanted to add something?
Yeah, I want to add to what Floor just mentioned with regard to building relationship and our ability to trust and be consistent in our networking. Those are really, factors that we really need to ponder on if we want to uh, prosper and develop our own organization. In every relationship that we do, it's a give and take. It's a give and take relationship in networking. As I said earlier, Floor said earlier, consistency. If we invite and meet people in any of these meetings or meet up conferences, activities that we do, as Jean said, we provide what is this business card, and then until 100 or 300 business cards are already given out. Now, do we have a comeback of those people that we have met? No. So it boils down to the quality of building networking with other groups. That's the reason why when Floor said consistency, I've suggested everybody to be consistent in building this relationship. And when we hand this business card, we need to be purposeful in giving this and receiving those business card. Even if you don't have anything, just say hi, hello. We met last time when we attended one of the, meet up session of PACC. Another thing is that offer help, offer suggestion, and then you don't even know that those people might be useful in the long run, right? So to be consistent and authentic and purposeful in meeting people, engaging with them, I think should be our norm. Don't just say hi, hello, and then we talk to them and call them if we need them to attend and buy our tickets for our gala, for our activities. So I, I just reflected on that because of the word consistency. As a teacher, I need to be consistent in what I say and I do, or else there will be no management and control in my class. The same thing when I train teachers. There is always consistency, and that building network and relationship really works 100%. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. I am very guilty of that. I collect cards and it takes me forever to get back to them. So thank you for reminding me, Cora. So you just inspired me. I'm going to go and make sure at the next business networking event, I make those follow-up calls. All right. Thank you. Okay. So next, so we're going to read some comments. From Eileen Lee, from our state president, Eileen Lee. You're doing a great job, Jean. Thank you so much. Thank you, Gal, Macy, Jane, Cora, and Floor. You are having a fantastic conversation and sharing some very valuable information. Truly very informative. I couldn't agree with you more. Thank you. From Jessica Avellino, I've always appreciated when others recognize and remind me that we have many different things to offer outside of professional connections. Even if it's simply being the connection between others. This is a great topic that's applicable to all. I like that, being the connection to connect others. I'm gonna have to remember that. We have a question from Orly Dizon. Does the law of averages in sales hold true for networking? Does expanding your network lead to more business opportunities? So I'm going to answer that, Orly. I think your network is your net worth, right? So you're really defined by the people that you hang around with. And what does they say? You are the average of the 5 people you hang out with most. So let's see. I think that was all the comments. Thank you so much for the great comments. Thank you so much for the questions. Everybody's doing a fantastic job.
Hey,
And
Gene,
let's start. Yes,
can I just do a
sure.
quick shout out? I
Absolutely.
just wanted to have a quick shout out to Jessica Avellino. She's actually my Stone Wolf Balintawak Arnis sister. So thank you for attending this podcast tonight.
Awesome. Thank you for attending, Jessica. Thank you so much for engaging. All right, so let's next is what. So now we're going to talk about what's in your calendar. So PACCTX is always buzzing with activity. So let's take a quick tour of what's happening across our regions, from exciting events and workshops to welcome new members into the fold. So here's the question: what's coming up in your region this month, and who are the new faces joining your business community? All right, feel free to share photos if you'd like us to feature them. So each region has 2 minutes with slides if available. So and then wrap it up with your region tagline. So I'm going to call DFW first.
Well, I don't have slides, Jane, but also I was away for a month. I was in the Philippines the whole month of April, but they have a mixer. Now, the month of May is kind of wide open because the month of May is the Asian Heritage Month, and there are so many celebrations going on, not just within the Filipino community, but the other Asian countries to celebrating AAPI, Asia American Pacific Islander and Native Hawaiian, and that's a proclamation so far every year for us. So May, and then we just like to project. I would like to plug in. We don't have any more to share on the month of May, but we have to plug in our next networking on June 27, and we are preparing for our career expo in September. So far, that's what we have right now in our alley, and hopefully we will attend as many of these events coming up, especially the June Philippine Independence celebrations. It's all over the place, and it's opportunity for us to network, recruit more members, tell our story, and tell them about our chamber, how we can help them start a business or grow their business. And this is going on the month of May and the month of June. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Gal. So next we have Greater Houston region. Cora, tell us what's going on in your region.
Oh, wow. In our region, we're quite busy last month. And, we have a lot of activities in relation with other chambers here in Houston. I'm going to say April 29, before I go to May, we had a very exciting Kare Kare reimagined. Can you imagine that? It's kare kare, but then it is cooked and prepared in different way with a twist. And it was done by Chef Bam Garcia, another Filipino, and we had this in at Seafood City, and it was packed, and kare kare was really awesome according to them. But I wasn't there. I'm sorry, but by the name itself, it's good. Okay. Now we all for this month of May, every first and third Thursday of the month, we have a live business talk or biz talk, and this is hosted by Bobby Reyes and Tess Twazon. We're going to send you the link, and you all are invited to watch this. It's all about what is going on with our community business, and then our collaboration with other groups, and how we want to be smart in terms of dealing with our own community business and relationship. Also, Because of our collaboration with other chambers, particularly the Taiwanese American Chamber of Commerce, they are going to celebrate their Taiwanese American Heritage Week on May the 29th. And the activity is entitled Amazing Taiwan. So this will be a cultural show. You're all invited. So come and join us on May 29th. It is an acrobatic show. If you have seen Circus Soleil, this is Circus Soleil Taiwanese version. Okay, so so far that is our activity for the month of May, and our tagline, which is very very timely: connect, inspire, and serve. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cora. So next, let's go to RGV.
So hello again. We're almost to the end. So anyway, like one of the I think it was Miss Cora. We offer something, or it was Jane. And yeah, it's true. We really have to offer something. So in my organization, which is um, we do have the Salmaster. So we offered the Mother's Day celebration this past weekend, and it was a very successful one. So much fun. And also, I really thank Dr. Arlene and the PACC board, because it has been a very, very stronger support this year. So she actually led out the games. So all the moms who had so much fun that I could see, like 80 years old, 70 years old, having to participate on the game. So it was really fun. And then we're very, very thankful for that. And also, May is very busy for us. So there is a Culture Fest. I think one of you mentioned that one also. I think it was Kuyagal. So we also have that. We are celebrating on the 17th, and our PACC board is going to, and of course, our Filipino community is going to highlight our Filipino culture along with the other countries in our community here in the Valley. And then also, we have our nurses week this week, right? So happy nurse week to all the nurses all over the world, or those who are watching or part of the board. So our PNA here is also celebrating that on May 18th. So the PACC also will be supporting. And then so this year we have a calendar of events. We are doing this, I believe, quarterly. So the next, it's a speaker series where all our members are invited. It's about Medicare and things that people can benefit from this one. So that is on May 23rd. And then we also collaborate with the Rotary here in our area, just to connect and be able to build a stronger community, which led us to our tagline: connecting businesses, building a stronger community. So thank you, everyone.
Awesome. Thank you, Flora. All right, next we're going to hear from Greater San Antonio, Jane Ing.
All right. So here in San Antonio, we have regular programs. Our regular programs include the Financial and Friends Social Meetup, which is on the first Thursday of the month. And then we have our monthly networking, which is usually on the third Wednesday of the month. But this month, it's going to be held on May 28th. And we're switching things up this time with a fresh venue. It's going to be held at the Smoke Sky Bar in downtown San Antonio. And it's all thanks to our sponsor, Lone Star Bank. We'll be live streaming the event and featuring promotional materials from our sponsor. So even if you can't make it in person, you can still be part of the action. But San Antonio, I do want to see you there. A few exciting things also happening this week. In addition to, of course, we're having the podcast tonight. Tomorrow morning, we have the city of San Antonio recognizing the Asian community in May as the Asian American, Native Hawaiian, Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And then finally on Friday, we have our very own Chanel Raimondo talking about PACC on KROV Radio. And I know it's not May, but I'm very, very excited to share in June 15, it's Barbecue Throwdown here in San Antonio, which is also Father's Day. So we've got some special activities planned to celebrate dads and father figures. It's going to be fun with amazing food, live music, barbecue competition, and cooking demos. So mark your calendars. Come on down, San Antonio. You can find the details on paccgsa.org. And our tagline is growth, sustainability, and advocacy. Thank you.
All right, fantastic. Thanks you so much, Jane. And now let's hear from Macy from Austin.
All right. So for the month of May, last week Friday, we had a successful crawfish event. So Jean and May, thank you for your support. Thank you for being present. And then every second Friday of the month, we have our North Austin Area Blend event meeting, which is going to be here in 2 days. And then every third Wednesday of the month, we have our co-working day, which is May 14th next week. And then for July, we have the Halo Halo event on July 27th. So we're prepping for the July one. And our tagline is better together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Macy. I think that's everyone. So, and I'm hungry because of all these food events. But so let's talk about this. Was just an inspiring episode from practical insights to meaningful connections. Nice discussion showed us just how powerful community networking can be when we focus on building bridges. So a heartfelt. Oh, did we not? We got Gal. Yeah. Okay. All right. So a heartfelt thank you to all of our panelists from all 5 regions. You continue to lead with purpose and passion. And to our viewers, your presence, your energy, and your engagement fuel everything we do here in Texas and beyond. So don't forget to follow the Philippine American Chamber of Commerce of Texas and Lawan Media Network so you never miss an episode. So this has been a PACCTX Connect live stream and podcast where we share the voices and victories of our community. So this show is produced by Lawan Media Network. See you on the next one. Bye, everyone.